Welcome to the Irrigation Insights Podcast, where we talk about the business of irrigation. I'm your host, Jacob.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the Irrigation Insights Podcast. Welcome back. I am Jacob.
And I'm Ben.
We got some announcements to make. I wanted to congratulate you. We have 100,000 followers now. So thank you, everybody, for that. Yeah, it's been a huge success since we started this. Got 100,000 followers. I think we got, Hunter said they wanted to be a sponsor. We got like a 2-year, $10 million.
Didn't we just start last week?
Yeah, and it was such a big success. Hunter offered us a 2-year, $10 million sponsorship, which we don't have the right timers up for that, so they're probably not going to be happy about that, but it's all right. They'll be fine. We'll start next week. So yeah.
When do we get to cash this in?
Oh, we should be seeing money any day now for that. We should be getting our first check. Yeah, so just be sure to like and subscribe, comment any questions you have about your irrigation business, how you can grow it.
Be ready to bail us out of jail after that.
Yeah, we might get in trouble. We'll see. But yeah, no, just please like and subscribe. We should be on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts. We'll be on there very soon. I think for now, just YouTube. So
yeah, just YouTube, just for now.
Yeah. No, that's it. Today's episode is going to be about how you can brand your irrigation business. We see a lot of people just in plain vehicles, not much branding, maybe just a name on the side.
Yeah, when did you make the decision that we had to make? I call it an image, but you're calling it a brand. So when did you decide we needed to make an image? Because I know when I decided it worked.
Well, when did you decide it worked?
So I had this lady. She'd been with us ever since we started, and it was like the second time that I drove over there in one of the vans after going over there in just a regular truck for the longest time. And I pulled up to her house and I saw her kid jumping up and down in the window, and I was like, that's kind of cool, So get done, do everything was doing. I think we ended up doing like a valve replacement or something like that, and then she's paying me. She's getting her credit card out. She's like, yeah, I figured out you were here when my kid was jumping up and down the window and saying, Mom, the frogman's here. And I'm like, that's interesting because the van's got a giant frog on it.
That's so cool. I wish we could call ourselves the Frogmen, but I think there's certain people that wouldn't like that.
Yeah, most definitely. But the point of the matter is the kid recognized the brand.
Yeah. That's cool. That's the whole point of a brand. And you're not going to get that. Yeah, you're not going to get that with just a plain vehicle or with just some stickers on the side of your van.
Yeah, or just like those little mailbox letters that you see on the side of all those little bitty trucks that just say, hey, we just sprinkler and then a phone number.
Yeah, definitely not that. No, and some people, I've talked to some guys that say, well, I'm not ready for a full wrap yet. I got a design. I think I'm just going to do like maybe a decal on the tailgate, or I'm going to do something on the door for now. I'm going to do like a middle step. But we never did that. We went straight for the full wrap. We did the full brand, full wrap. And I think that's the best way to go, because if you do the middle step, you're just delaying. You're going to think that that's okay, and you're just going to put off doing the brand.
What are we talking about? Longevity for the middle step. We're talking about a truck magnet that's going to bake in the sun. That's not going to last. We're talking about just little letters that are going to fall off when it just doesn't look professional after a decent amount of time. It just looks like a kid drew on it with crayons after a while.
Yeah, and even the people that go to a wrap shop and say, I just want my name stuck right here on this little portion of the van. You're just going to think that that's okay for 5. Next thing you know, it'll be 5 years and you still have that same sticker on there, and you won't have changed anything.
Yeah,
just bite the bullet, go for the full wrap. That's what we want to do. But you can't. You got to do the wrap the right way, and that's what we want to talk about. There's a book called Branded, Not Blanded by Dan Antonelli Dan Antonelli, I believe, is the founder of Kick Charge Creativity. So we're going to talk about his stuff. We based everything we did off of Dan Antonelli's work. So we're going to talk about his work today and how you can hire Dan Antonelli and his team. They're going to want to design a whole new logo before they'll get you a new wrap. They'll design you a logo, then they'll design you a wrap. It's pricey, but they're the best. All the biggest companies have used them.
Yeah, who did we use? Did we use them, or did we have it drawn in house?
Yeah, we did everything in house, but it was all inspired by their work.
Well, also too, we had that marketing agency too that was helping you out with the brand as well.
Yeah.
That's where you got the big cartoon eyes and stuff from.
Yeah, and I bought our frog. I had that.
Yeah, because before the frog, we just had like a little light bulb with a leaf on it.
Yeah,
that didn't cut it.
No, that wasn't cutting it. No, you have to do it the right way.
We never actually even put that on a vehicle. That was just on our first shirts.
Yeah, it was just on our shirts. We were driving around and we had one white van and then like a 97 Chevy, a brown 1997 Chevy.
We had a Better Business Bureau sticker on the back of the van.
It was, no names.
That's worth something.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
I think the brochures had more branding than anything.
Mm-hmm. And when you show up like that, your customers, they see cheap. They see that they can push you around. They don't see a big business. They see that they can treat you however they want. They can do whatever they want to you.
No, that's why when we were driving around like that, every person that you would always go to would say, "Hey, do you own the business?" Because it's what you look like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You look like the person running the business.
Yeah. So I got some cliff notes here from Dan Antonelli's book. First one is, first impressions matter. Your brand is the first thing that people notice, and it should leave a strong, positive impression. I mean, that speaks for itself. Just with stickers, if it's just, sprinkler repair and a phone number, your name, whatever, it's not going to leave a strong impression. People need to turn their heads at stoplights. They should be able to see your van from half a mile down the road.
And when I'm driving down the highway, just going home or just going to the next appointment or anything like that, I can see one of our vans on the other side of the highway just from a distance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anything that matches our color scheme, I'll see from so far away.
So here's a funny story about our branding, right? You remember when the gas gauge went out in the first van and Michael ran out of gas on the side of the road?
Yeah.
There was a guy that, what did he say? He called us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to make fun of it.
Well, no, what did he say that was funny? He said something about so much for lawn sense having common sense running out of gas or something like
that. Yeah,
and then just hung up.
Yeah, you can't even keep your gas in your van or something like that.
Yeah, just people being an asshole.
Yeah, they were, but we got enough attention. They saw us. They called us. They didn't like it. Another sprinkler company for sure, right outside the parts house.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing too about just any kind of like advertising with a brand like that. If you're watching the 5 o'clock news and you see like an overturned vehicle and you're zooming in and you see a business vehicle that got involved with a wrap on it, I guarantee you that there's one person that's going to watch that 5 o'clock news and say, "Oh man, I need a good AC guy." Wonder if they'd be any good. Just even something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the company nobody even realizes, but you're on the 5 o'clock news, the tech stock cameras or the helicopters going over the wreck, and they see your van there. That's free advertisement. It's on the 5 o'clock news that most people are going to watch when they get home.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Sitting in traffic.
Yeah, sitting in traffic. If you're stuck at a railroad crossing, especially if it's a dark train, anything.
Yeah,
any place you're sitting that can be captured.
Yeah, and a brand is more than just a logo too. It's supposed to be a story. It encompasses everything that your business is. It's your identity. You take this brand, you take this logo that you make, you're You're building a color scheme into it, a logo, an identity tied into a story that tells the customer who you are, what you believe, what your values are, what your purpose is, why you are in business. All of this is wrapped into your brand. And that message is pushed out everywhere, on your vehicles, on your uniforms, on your flyers, any advertising you're doing. That message and that same style is everywhere. If they see your van and your van has this color scheme, it has this logo, this design, that same design is on your website. Your website looks the same as your vans. Your uniforms look the same as all of those. Your flyers, your business cards, they all look the same. Everything matches. And I see a lot of people who have maybe a cool wrap on their vehicle, but you go to the website and the website looks totally different.
Yeah, it still has the GoDaddy part of it in there in some places where you can see it because it's not finished. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the website's doesn't match the van. The business cards don't match the van. So it all has to be tied together. That's how you really build that strong connection. It's all got to be tied together. And it's got to reflect your core values. What are you trying to show off?
Yeah, how long did we drive around without core values?
A while, yeah. Yeah.
Just doing whatever. I know you didn't get to see it because you were up here in the office, but
Yeah. Yep.
I can't tell you how many times we drove around saying, "Oh, it's just Jacob. We'll be okay."
Yeah. I don't want to think about it.
No, it wasn't that long. It was only a couple years. No big deal.
Yeah. You need to think about the name of your business when you're doing the branding. You might, if you're going to redo your brand, you might change your name. You want a name that stands out. Maybe not. There's something to think about. And if you hire Kick Charge, that's something they're gonna talk to you about. The colors, very important. You want.
Yeah, that wasn't even our original colors in the beginning. Our original color was only blue and white.
Yeah, we had some green. I don't even think blue was in ours. I think.
Oh
it was
no,
green.
it was just green and white.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's blue, green, yellow, all in the right places.
Yeah. Yeah, colors are very important. And then the shade of colors. This is something we didn't think about when we did ours. I wish we had. I wish I had really read this book better.
So you read the book, just not well.
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention too much.
Well,
But
why did you read it?
yeah, I just didn't. This is the part I didn't catch. But like, it's if your colors are going to be blue and green like ours, use an off blue or an off green. This is something that Dan does well. He doesn't like to use a navy blue or something. He wants to use a blue and a green.
He wants to use a vibrant color.
Well, yeah, vibrant and something that nobody else is using. Those colors will be somewhere on the color wheel that you just haven't seen. It's when he puts it together, you're like, oh wow, I would have never thought to use that shade of blue, that shade of green. And then when he puts it together, it looks great. And when customers see that, they're like, man, that wrap looks awesome. That color scheme looks awesome. I've never seen those colors. It's not just red. It's a totally different red. It's a totally different blue.
Yeah, we got other companies that are driving by, looking at our vans like, wow. You can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, you see it far. Yeah, we're going to show some examples too from Dan's website. Yeah, we're definitely going to go over that. But I think to start, you can't do any of this until you have a great brand and logo. It can't just be a generic, I see a lot of people, just a sprinkler head and a name. Here's our graphic of a stock image of a sprinkler head, a little graphic and a name. That's not going to work. You're going to have to, and we'll show you what we mean by that. You're going to have to kick it up a notch. Fully wrap the van. Don't use pictures on your van wrap. I don't know if you've seen that, but not just in irrigation, but in home remodelers, they'll have pictures of a kitchen on the side of their van. You don't want it.
Why is that? Doesn't seem like it make any sense.
I really don't know. I don't think it looks good. I don't know what Dan's
Because
philosophy.
we have some companies around here in Dallas that are doing irrigation, and a couple of them on the back of their van doors have, pictures of green grass or pictures of a sprinkler head moving around, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I don't think you want real photos on there. Yeah, I think it takes away from the vibrance of the brand. You want simple. You just want on your brand. You just want your name, one or two services. You don't want 10 services. If you do 10 services, you need to simplify it down into one or two services that you do: irrigation, and landscaping, irrigation, and sod, irrigation and drainage, whatever it is. But you just need your name, two services, website, phone number. That's it. That's all you need on your vehicle. And then you need to make that as big and vibrant as possible. No real pictures of a lawn or a house or anything like that. It needs to be designed to stand out. Keep your copy very limited. Very limited. You'll see. They probably have some before and afters we can show you. But it'll make sense when you see it. When you see when you go onto these Facebook groups and you'll start noticing other companies that don't put a lot of money into this versus the ones that do. And you probably already noticed. I've noticed in the last few years, Dan Antonelli has really gotten big in the last few years. And now I'm seeing businesses all over that have mascots on this. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah, everything. Even I seen not that long ago. I didn't even know. There's so many businesses you see running, like, I guess not businesses, but like home services you see, and you look at it and you question it. You're like, why is that a service? And then you remember that obviously it's, I seen a grill cleaning service.
Oh yeah.
And obviously a grill cleaning service would be good for commercials, but it also included like home grill clean service. I'm like, how is that even a thing? I thought everybody cleaned their own grills. Obviously not. But even the grill cleaning service had like a raccoon for their mascot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you. To this day, I can't tell you the name of that business. I just knew it was grill cleaning and had a raccoon for a mascot. It's the only two things that I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just so, yeah. And it was a little transit van, but it was fully wrapped. It wasn't just like one van with a little, just a number with a logo, and then it was the whole van was wrapped, and their colors were black, bumblebee yellow, and orange.
Yeah, I've seen them around. I don't remember what they're called either, but I've seen them. Yeah.
But they all follow that same ideology.
Yep, everybody's following.
Wrap it with a mascot, and then the raccoon, just big giant cartoon eyes. You can't miss it.
Yeah, there's something about eyes. People are attracted to eyes. When you have eyes on the side of your van, they want to. You just can't help it. If you see eyes, you want to look at eyes.
So that's another thing too. So you said no actual pictures and mascots, and one of the biggest companies we got running around here in the DFW is Milestone, and they don't have a cartoon, and they have an actual picture of a technician.
Yeah, they're changing
So
that.
how does
though.
that work?
Well, the thing is, Dan actually, he doesn't say you have to have a mascot. Yeah, whether you have a mascot or not, it's totally up to you. He does follow there are other principles that he does say you need to follow. A mascot isn't one of them. And Milestone, yeah, they were breaking a lot of rules, but now they've rebranded to Milestone Home Service Company, and
Yeah,
they're
but-
changing their vans.
But they still don't have anything on it. Now they took the person away. Now it's just yellow, red with their name, their phone number, their 3 services, and that. Well, actually, okay, so yeah, it does have their home services in it, but then I think here's my theory on it, because they also do firehouse roofing. If you look at the wrap on the firehouse roofing trucks and the wrap on the Milestone trucks, they're similar.
The fonts are similar.
The fonts are similar. The colors are different, but they're because they have stripes, and they're striped and colored the exact same way, just with different colors.
Yeah, you can tell it's like
You can tell it's the same.
yeah,
It's almost like that in itself is the brand.
yeah. And I like Milestone's new wrap.
Yeah.
They're following Dan's. I don't know if they hired Dan, but they're pretty close. I mean,
I would guess so.
yeah, they're not doing any type of mascot. They're not having that same bald guy on their vans, but
Still have them on their billboard though.
yeah, they're still doing their red is like an off. It's like an off red, like like a burnt or maybe a maroon. It has the stripes. It looks nice. The only thing on their van is just milestone home service, huge phone number,
Yep.
website. That's all you need.
And then the 3 little services they
Yeah,
offer.
and then the 3
Used-
services.
Used to, when you saw a milestone truck, you'd see the guy on the side of the van, and you'd see the thermostat on the back. Is your house not 72 degrees year round? Call us. They had all the different pictures.
Yeah,
and stuff.
3 different phone numbers.
And then A number one air has the owner and the owner's wife, on the van.
Yeah,
But then you go to Baker Brothers, and all they have a picture of is a sink.
yeah,
But it's a digit. But it's not a picture. It's more like this, where it's digitized. Mm-hmm. It's like a digital image with the full wrap integrated with it.
yeah. Baker's Brothers a little better. All you're trying to do with the brand is, or with your wrap, is get people to remember your name and what you do. They're not. You put a phone number and a website on there because if somebody's driving through a neighborhood, or they see you across the street, they might take a picture. You just want them to remember your name. You want them to see you, see your name, and that way, whenever they're Googling for your service later, they'll see you and think, "Oh, I've seen them." It's just name recognition. That's all it is. It's not. You don't need to list out all 12 of your services, and then think, "Oh, I see them on the road. I'm going to Google them right now." Dan's like a big no QR codes on the van. No, nobody's driving down the road scanning your QR code.
That's true.
And we do have a QR code on ours, but it's not for customers. It's a we're hiring QR code for technicians. It's for recruiting. And it's real small, right on the bottom panel by the rear wheel, real small.
Yeah, because somebody that actually wants a job is actually going to walk up and scan it.
Yeah, if they're looking for a job.
The customer, while you're driving down the road, is not going to be trying to scan that thing.
No.
It's not a thing.
Yeah, well, all we're trying to do is, it's just name recognition. It's all. Same thing with billboards. If you're getting a billboard, you're not listing all of your services. You don't even need a phone number on a billboard. You need your name and maybe your 2 main services.
Yeah, or
That's
the
it.
one main service.
Because they're just going to see your name, see that 1 or 2 main services, and Google you. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, who has time to punch that phone number in?
Yeah, when you're driving down the road, you see a billboard, you're not, "Oh, what's that website?" You're going 60, 70 miles an hour. You're not looking at the website. You're not looking at the phone number. It's just
The only time the phone number would be acceptable is when it's like a catchy one, like you see those injury lawyers where it's like 800 Lion Law or something like that.
Yeah,
That makes it easy, but most home service companies aren't going to have something like that.
No, and that's all this is. Well, I guess we can pop
Show-
over here.
Showcase website.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's get over here to Kick Charts. And so this is Dan Antonelli's business here, Kick Charge Creative. Let's go to portfolio. And now you can see what we're talking about. This looks totally different than most of the companies out there. It's very, very clean. The name, all of these, the names are huge. We're showcasing the brand. The brand has a clear color scheme, and not all of the, like Vector right there, there's no mascot. It's a simple little design, little V, 2-color V there as the logo. Kohler there, there's no mascot. You don't have to have a mascot. Some of them do. But the whole point is your name and your color scheme is the most important. You want to show that off. That is huge. And they put the website, let's click on Vector here. They're putting this website oh, come on, really? The website's so small, right below the driver window. But your name and your services are huge. Logo right there on that first third or the second third, whatever.
That's where you're going to get most of your recognition, right there.
Yeah. And the name needs to take up all of this huge section. logo. There's no phone number on this. You could put website right here, and if you wanted to, a little phone number right there. That's all you need. This is it. That's all you need for your wrap. And you'll see this. This is their style. And this is what everybody's moving towards. I've seen companies ripping off Dan Antonelli. You'll see several other companies saying they're designing their stuff this way now. This is what everybody's going towards. If you're not, click on Gettle. If you're not moving towards this, you're going to get beat, because every day I see somebody new popping up. And you never know, you don't even know they're a business until you see their van driving down the road, just like this grill cleaning business. You don't even know that that's a thing, and then next thing you know, you see their van, and you're like,
They're taking your customers.
yeah, what the heck is that? Poop cleaning businesses. They're popping up all over, and they're showing up with.
Yeah, those are the weirdest things. There's literally a home service where somebody comes to your house and picks up your dog poop for you.
Yep.
Bags it up, comes by once a week. Membership service.
Yep. And they're showing up, and a lot of them are showing up fully wrapped. Trash cleaning businesses. Oh, they show up and clean
Clean the trash can. Yes, that
Yeah.
service. That is the weirdest thing in the world. I did not know that people wanted their inside of their trash cans cleaned.
Yeah, and those businesses are fully wrapped. They're getting nice wraps. Their branding is. Some of them are pretty spot on.
And actually, one of those trash can cleaning companies I saw, they did their branding really well because they made their fully wrapped van look like the waste management dump trucks that come and pick, or like the waste management trucks that are like green and blue that come and pick up your trash cans once a week and take them to the dump. That their van was branded like that, so when it pulled up, it looked like the trash service was there, and it had the yellow lettering to make it look like the trash people.
Dang. And it's got to be working. I just take my trash cans to the self-car wash like every couple of months.
I don't. You're the only person I know that cleans their trash cans.
Well, it gets to stinking every now and then, and I gotta take it up.
Well, you also keep it in. You also keep it inside too.
Yeah, well, the HOAs don't let you keep it outside without putting a fence up or something. So
Yeah,
that's going to power these little businesses like that. You can't keep it outside. You have to keep it in the garage. You don't want the garage stinking. And that's what, and when you're driving around in a super fancy wrap like this, showing off that you're doing these weird little services, people are going to call you. And I wanted to bring this Gettle one up because I know the brand. This is Ken Goodrich. Ken Goodrich, he's built and sold many businesses. This guy is a billionaire when it comes to home services. This is out of Las Vegas. Or Gettle. I don't know where all Gettle operates, but he bought Gettle. And he has tied this brand. So you got this little boy with a flashlight. They have tied this. Their whole brand is tied together. And I know that in their commercials, they tell a story about how when he was young, his dad used to take him on service calls, and he would have to hold the flashlight while his dad did all the work. And they put that messaging into all of their marketing, all of their TV commercials, their radio. It's on their van. That's what I mean by a brand is a message. It tells a story, and you put that out on everything. And that's what they do. Here's the little boy when he's young. And Ken, he bought this company. So that might have been the story of the guy he bought it from, but it wasn't his story. But he's telling it. And it works.
Because nobody. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Look at this. What do you think when you're showing up? Like, what would you rather see? This or that? Who looks more professional? Who are you going to spend money with? I'm going to spend money with this one. And for the guys that are just listening, go to Kickcharge and just look at their portfolio, and you'll see all of the different stuff that they have on here, and you'll see what a real brand, what a real wrap looks like. Let's go down to Tommy Mello's with A1 Garage. You'll see what it looked like before. This is what I mean by real pictures. See, this is a real picture of a garage, of a front of a house. That's what his looked like before and after. Way more professional.
And he's pretty successful to my understanding as well.
Yeah, they're doing 200, almost 300 million a year.
Again, garage door service.
Yeah. He's got, I know they got those tubes wrapped and everything on top of their vans. And they're about to be in Dallas too. He said they're going to be in Dallas. Wow.
Oh, so they're going to move to a more nationwide sense.
Oh, they're already in 18 states. They're in Houston, and maybe San Antonio and Austin. I know they're in Houston, but they're coming to Dallas within the next 12 months. But yeah, so I mean, that's, you just look at, that's what real pictures on a van looks like. You take it away, I mean, it just looks way better. This is what everybody wants to see now. So
it's more eye catching.
Yeah.
See, if you pull it back over, the picture just looks dull.
Yeah, it looks
that doesn't
dull.
grab your attention.
No.
When you fully digitize it and wrap, and with a wrap like that, it's all vibrant colors. It's very hard to miss.
Yeah.
A picture just dulls out.
Yeah, you'd drive right by this before picture. If you're on, sitting at a red light or whatever, you'd drive right by that and not even see it. This, you can't help but look at it. You have to look at it. I wish we had ours pulled up here. Yeah, I mean, there's so many good ones here. But this is what you want. This is what you want to go for. Yeah, and I think we should have made our name a little bigger. We might have to redo ours a little bit.
See, it seems to be working okay.
No, it works just fine. I just think, the whole purpose is the name has to be huge. 1-2 services. If you offer 10 services, you gotta trim it down. 2 services, website, phone number, name, 2 services, 3 services, maybe.
Well, and that's not necessarily saying that you can't offer 10 services, but you only need to be advertising to.
Right. On the van, it needs to be, you gotta figure out how to.
Now, obviously, there's an ideology of being a professional instead of a person that just does everything, but you should really only be advertising just the 2 of the services. Nobody's going to read that giant list on the back of a van.
No.
You if you call a stone guy or a masonry or something, he'll pull up and he'll have services all the way from masonry down to like carpet. Nobody's reading all that.
Yeah, no. If you're doing flower beds, sod, mason, then just put landscaping. If you're doing irrigation installs, repairs.
Just say you're doing irrigation.
Irrigation, Irrigation, drainage, landscaping. Simple. 3 right there. And then let them call you and figure out what you do. Get the calls. Well done. Look at this. These guys are here in Dallas. Well done sprinklers and irrigation. These guys are here in Dallas. I know who these guys are. Look at that. So all you irrigation guys out there, that's who you want to compete with, people like us, or
let's see their before and after. Do they have one?
They don't have a before and after.
That's probably just how they started up.
Yeah, they just started out like this. Do you want to compete with us or these guys? If you're just riding around in a blank truck, these guys are coming. We're coming. And I know 2 other people that have full wraps that are, there's the irrigators out here, Lone Star Irrigation. They're,
What's that company that's coming down from Oklahoma down here?
Oh, Living Water. Yeah, they don't, they have a full wrap, but.
They've got a full wrap, and it's very vibrant. It's very easy.
It's pretty vibrant. There's no mascot. It's it could be tweaked, but it's it's not bad, especially if you have nothing.
The fact that they're able to come down from Oklahoma is what's getting funny. Mm-hmm. They're driving all the way down here from southern Oklahoma, running their service calls and going back, and that's working. Because there's more work down here in Dallas, or there's more work in Collin County, is what it is.
Yeah, I wonder if they have a place down here. I don't know much about them.
I mean, the only thing I see about them is that they're based out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah,
and it's just that one guy.
Yeah,
but it's working.
It's just one guy. So
I've worked beside him. I seen how he works. They do a good job.
Yeah. So I mean, this is what you want to move to, and like I said, don't. You're probably thinking, oh, this is a lot of money. I don't want to. I just want to, get some stickers right here. Right.
Yeah, it's people think it's just a marketing scam.
Yeah, it's not.
As they're looking at it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you see those billboards that don't have anything on them that say, think billboards don't work, just did. It's kind of the same concept.
Yeah.
You're sitting there looking at a van like that, and you're like, that's just a bunch of marketing crap as you're looking at it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we get guys pulling up, talking to us. I mean, the other guys see us when we're at the parts house. They want to come talk to us. It works. You get noticed.
Yeah, I can remember. I can remember sitting at the Longhorn warehouse that one time, and this guy came in and he was sweating bullets, and he was like, "Man, what do you charge to do? What do you charge to do this?" And I'm like, "Well, I charge about $500." He's like, "Yep, I'm going up." Like, you could just tell that he was just struggling. He'd hated his life. He was ready to quit, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm fucking done with this."
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's funny to see people like that.
Yeah. Well, you show up in a van like that, it just shows. I mean, it shows that you're professional. It shows you're on a different level.
You got something else you want to showcase there?
You could pull up our website. I mean, you can kind of see our van right there. I don't really have a closer up view of it on the website, I don't think. But same thing. Name, huge, right there. Phone number, website, huge mascot.
It says right underneath our name, sprinkler repair and weed control. That's it.
Yeah, that's
nothing
it.
else.
Nothing else. I mean, the website, you got our mascot here. The whole website matches. Everything matches. The color scheme on the website matches. We got the mascot all over it. That, if they see our van and they Google our name, they click on our website, there's, they've obviously found the right place. It's just such a more professional look when everything is tied together. This just, I don't know, it just screams we're professionals. We're a bigger business. Even if you're not, even if you're just a one guy operation, two guy operation, you can still put all this together. And we didn't, like I said, we didn't hire Dan. We just went through and looked through this, figured out what colors we want, what kind of mascot we want.
Basically, what kind of theme we were looking at.
Yeah, we just put the theme together and hired some guy to design it. And then we had to hire a website developer separately. Kick Charge, they'll do it all together for you. You can hire, I mean, it's all separate too, but they'll do it all. They can do the logos, truck wraps, website, stationery. Oh, wall wraps, that's cool. But yeah, that's what you want. You want it all tied together. You want the messaging, everything all tied together. And when you finally get something, I have a little list, and Dan has some lists too about. Yeah, you can go to his blog on here. He's been on a bunch of podcasts. I'm gonna try to get him on this podcast. Wouldn't that be sweet?
That would be sick.
Yeah, we'll try to get Dan on here. I know where he hangs out on Facebook, so I'm gonna reach out to him. But he's got some tips. We got some tips on here on how to implement it. But first thing, you have to get a new brand. You have to get a logo design. You're gonna have to get a new brand. You can't just if you go to Dan or somebody else and say I want to wrap, the first question is going to be wrap it with what, and that's, So if you wanted to, you could just go to Dan and say I want a new logo. Let him design a logo, and then you take it.
And basically, what it is if you're not following this theme, you might as well just take everything you have, throw it in the trash, start from scratch, and run with something like this.
That's what Dan's going to tell you. Yeah, I mean, I mean, when I first went to Dan, we just had that little light bulb, no color, he pretty much said, yeah, we're going to have to do a whole new redesign. You're going to have to start from scratch. You can keep the name, but everything has to be started over.
Yep. Well, and he was right because the first logo we had was, kind of
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah, he was right for sure. And I didn't want to believe him. I was kind of like, what do you mean? I already have a logo. I have this light bulb. Are you telling me I don't have a logo?
Yeah, that little bitty light bulb that you could barely see on the shirt. That would have looked good on the side of a van.
Yeah. I mean, he could have blew it up. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, you telling me you can't use my light bulb? Like, who are you? But
Yeah, as you look at his website.
yeah, no, he was definitely right.
Yeah.
So if you'd reach out to him, and even if you paid some guy $100 or whatever, because I've seen it on the Facebook group. Oh, hire this guy. He charges $100, $200 to design you a logo. Well, if you take that to Dan, he's going to tell you, I'm not using it. You need a new one. And Dan's going to charge you $6,000 for a logo, or $7,000. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's going to be that one that people always see.
Yeah, but it's going to be worth it. So he's going to charge you that much for a logo, and that much again for a van wrap. So it gets expensive. But you could just get a logo, and then go get your own van wrap design. Because once you have the logo, then that's the biggest part. You can design your own van wrap. But everything from Dan is worth it. I mean, he's the one that started this whole trend. All these other companies out there that are, showing stuff that looks like his and saying they can do it too, they're all following Dan Antonelli's work. So I would at least get a logo from him. Once you get the logo, then really you just got to implement it. Announce to your existing customers that you are rebranding.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna keep the same name, or if we're going to a different name, and this is our name now. This is what we're going to be.
Yep, and you can do that by sending out postcards.
Well, and that comes from database management, like we talked in the last episode.
Yeah, if you got a CRM, I mean, there are postcard softwares out, but get into that later. But send them all a letter, send them a postcard. Make sure the postcard is branded to your new brand. Let them know, hey, this is who we are now. Put a blog out, do mass email, social media posts, do it all. Let everybody know we're rebranding. Update all of your business cards.
Yeah, and on top of everything else, you're rebranding for new customers. You've already got your existing customers.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, if you're doing your job on the back end, you've already got your existing customers already.
Yeah.
As long as you've been treating them right, they're not going anywhere.
No, yeah. Yeah, and really, the existing customers is pretty easy. You just let them know you're rebranding. As they call you, they're going to figure it out when you show up. When you show up in that new van.
Yeah.
Make sure all your business cards, whatever you give out to your customers, stationery, anything, all that's changed. If you have a building, change your signage, change your vehicles, change your uniforms. Make sure your website's changed. Everything's got to match. Social media, any social media you have, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
all of it.
Your Google business profile, all the new logos have to be on everything online. And then any other print you have, any flyers, everything's got to match. You just start going down the list, updating everything. Anything with your old logo, take it off, put the new one on there. Yeah, Google. What you looking for?
I was going to pull up the business profile on Google.
That's it. But Google kind of picks what photo they want to showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're showcasing whatever photo they want.
But then you can see.
That's an old.
You can see the original logo right there.
Yeah, that was an old logo.
There's a closer view of that. And these are just review pictures.
Yeah.
This one might not be bad. That's a little bit closer.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see the two services here. And we still did get to incorporate the light bulb.
Yeah, still got to keep the light bulb.
Yeah. The idea was still there. There it is.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted Dan to work with, and he told me no. And I'm sure a lot of you out there would say the same thing. Like, you can't use this?
Well, I mean, it's just too bland.
It's too bland.
It's way too bland.
Yeah. No, he can't use it. He won't use it. And I don't blame him anymore.
No. But then you were pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Because I remember that phone call. Man, they just told me to take my logo and throw it away.
Yeah.
Like, we've been using this logo for everything. You want me to just throw it away? I got all these brochures, all these shirts, all these business cards. You want me to throw them away?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yep, he essentially was trying to tell you wasted your money.
Yeah. Luckily, it didn't cost a lot.
Yeah.
I think I actually made that logo myself. And I've seen some other people talking about that. I've made my own logo on Canva. I've been there, done it. Paid people to do it. I've made it myself.
There's a reason why there's people that get paid to do it.
Mm-hmm. And they get paid a lot of money.
Yeah. It's because they're good at it.
Yeah. They spent their whole life focused on doing just that.
Yeah. Branding and marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, you want your business to take off? Let me transform it.
Yeah, it's hard to argue. I mean, imagine Tommy Mello. Having hundreds of vans and redoing them all. Milestone having hundreds of vans.
Oh yeah, they have 100 vans sitting at their overflow lot.
Yeah,
that's not even including the ones that are out on the road.
Yeah, and they're not doing them all at once, but they're putting a plan together, saying, "Hey, we're going to do 30 a year, 40 a year, whatever it is."
Yeah, they're starting to rotate them in, or as they get new ones in the fleet.
Yeah, new ones are coming. New ones are coming fresh, and they're doing the old ones.
Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, you'll catch some of the older Milestone vans that still have that original wrap with the guy and the thermostat and everything, and then those new ones are all just a plain Jane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot cleaner of a look. It's not so much in your face, but it's definitely a lot cleaner of a look.
Yeah, it's not cluttered. You can read it. I still see not vans, but I see trucks. I see wraps all the time, and they're really cool. Tons of graphics, colors, and I look at them and I have no idea what the business is and what they do. You ever seen that? I see them driving down the road and I'm like, oh, this is a really cool wrap design, but I don't even see business names on some of them. Or if they do have a business name, I don't know what they do.
They might just specifically care about the brand, but you'd think you'd want the business tied to it.
You would think. Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know if they're just personal, but I've seen some that are like, they look so cool. They got so much color, so much vibrance, but then I'm like, there's a phone number, but there's no business name, Or there might be a business name. There'll be a business name, but the business name doesn't lead you to believe what they do,
There's just not enough there to put it together if they're...
Yeah, there'll be a name there and you're like, okay, but I don't know what you do off that name. There's no services. It's just a name and a website and a cool wrap. What does that tell me? It doesn't.
Yeah, it tells you that you got to go to the website, but again, 70 miles an hour, you're not going to be sitting there and put the website in. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless it's something really short and even still.
And they might be, I might be interested. I might not. They might be like the elevator repair. I don't need elevator repair, I would never go there. But they might be something I want. So who knows? You need to have. That's what Dan has figured out. It's really in your face. Here's who we are. Here's what we do. If you need us, you know who we are.
It's catchy and simple.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a bunch of fancy stuff.
Yeah. We're going to beat this dead horse because people still don't have it figured out.
Yeah.
But they're starting to. And
speaking of dead horses, I see uniforms on your list there.
Yeah. Uniforms, making sure your uniforms.
Because that was one of the first things that we ever got was a uniform, and just that alone makes you look more professional than anything else.
Yeah.
Because you had a specific call tracking number on our uniforms to see if anybody would call from it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course nobody did, but the point of it was we had a when we pulled up to that, even then when we pulled up to the customer's house, they knew what they were expecting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and uniforms, we just have, what do you call this? Embroidered name. You can get sublimated T-shirts to look just like
The wrapped Vans.
yeah, just like the Rat Van. You can get this whole T-shirt look just like your Rat Vans. I thought about that.
Yeah, that keeps the theme.
Yeah, keep the whole theme going.
And that was another trick too that Milestone did, and I think that's part of why. And they had the guy on the back of the van. He's wearing a white button-up shirt and black pants, and every single one of their technicians looked exactly like that.
Yeah,
They're getting their image out there.
yeah, yeah.
Like you'll see him out at lunch sometimes eating fast food places. You can see him because there'll be 4 of them sitting around a table. That okay, those are those Milestone guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're easy to pick out.
You know them by their uniform. You can see a Milestone van from a mile down the road. I mean,
they have trucks too. You can still tell the difference.
they have trucks, box trucks, vans. You can still spot them. Yeah,
They have a couple cars too, which is the funny part.
I think I have seen one car. You don't see them very often, but
Yeah, but when you see it, you're like, "Is that a Milestone car?" Yep, sure is.
yeah, they've got their branding figured out. That's what you want to go to. I mean, because this is what people are doing, and you're gonna get beat by the people who are doing it if you're not. I mean, we're doing it. Well done here in Dallas. They're doing it. I can name 2 other people that are doing. I mean, I'm sure there's more. I just know 4 people right now in Dallas doing irrigation, fully wrapped vans.
There's only a few.
Yeah, there's only a few.
The rest of them, even some of the other big companies, still just have a name and a picture and a website and a phone number.
Yeah, Andy's doesn't have. Andy's is huge, and they don't have. I mean, imagine what
Well,
Andy's could do. With it.
their vehicles are fully wrapped. They just don't have anything on them.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Andy's is. Yeah, theirs are. Who I was thinking, Aquamax. Aquamax is a big company, but they don't have.
Well, and that's the funny thing is Aquamax was really one of the only companies that had like a mascot logo. They had the big superhero guy.
Yep.
They were the only ones that had that. Everybody else just had a name and like Waters logo or something like that. They were the only ones that had like a person.
Yeah.
And they had the right idea, they just didn't implement it correctly.
No, they didn't implement it right, and now you don't really.
Now you don't see them anywhere. I don't ever see them anymore.
No, they're still around, but yeah, you see them less and less.
Collin County Sprinklers, they don't have any wrapped vehicles that I've seen. Texas
No.
Water Boys. I did see a fully wrapped Texas Water Boys the other day. It was a truck.
Really, I haven't seen those. I was thinking Wet Willie's is just like a black truck with green lettering all around it.
it's
It's
not.
so cluttered.
Yeah, but
It's hard to read.
Yep. Yeah, because the font's really weird, and the letters were put. It looked like a kid put the letters on because they're all crooked.
Well, yeah, and it's all over the place. It's like everywhere on the vehicle.
Yeah.
You don't
There's
know,
like-
am I looking here? Am I looking here? Am I looking here? Like,
Yeah, there's no theme for your brain to latch onto to figure out what's going on. And when you're driving down the road, it needs to be smooth.
yeah.
You need to be able to see it, get it quickly.
Yeah, that's what's nice about Dan's. It's like you look in one spot. I have the name, what they do. And that's really all you need.
It's easy. Yeah, because on the back of the Wet Willie's truck, it has head replacements, sod installs, all this and that, and it's all just cluttered.
Yeah.
And the worst part of it, and the funniest part is with most people that you end up having to hire, that all that stuff's written on the tailgate, and things get thrown over the tailgate, so all the letters are just all scratched up and beat up, and it's you can't read it.
Yeah. It's not good. So, yeah, I guess moral of the story is if you want to win, if you want to excel, you're going to have to start looking at this. Save your money. Get a logo from Kick Charge. And if you can't afford to have a wrap through them, just get the logo and take it to a good wrap guy. Have them build you a wrap with the logo and color scheme that they gave you. That'll start setting you apart. Then get some uniforms to match, and then just make everything match. Your website, all of your business cards. Google my business. Just everything needs to match. Once you have that logo in your van wrapped, just make everything else match. And you'll be surprised how many people start looking at you. How many people like to see it.
I can't tell you how many customers we pull up to, on a daily basis. As soon as you're making that introduction, you're getting the tone set right off the bat, and one of the first things they'll tell you is, they'll be looking at your van because now you're parked in front of their house. I've seen y'all's vans around quite often, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've seen your van. We just got a call today from one of the suppliers. Hey, I've been seeing your vans around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want.
Brand recognition.
Yeah. I've been seeing your vans everywhere. Oh, I've seen your vans everywhere. They're not going to see it if it's just a white vehicle, a black vehicle with some stickers on it. They're not seeing it. You think, like, I can go to Vistaprint or I can go to and just put some stickers. They're not paying attention.
No, it's not. It doesn't work.
It has to be, you got to slap them in the face with it, basically. That's what Kick Charge is about. It's just shoving your brand in their face, basically. That's what you're doing. When you got a huge van, some moving billboard, bright, vibrant colors, with or without a mascot, and you're rolling around in that thing, people are looking at it. And then you're going to have to worry about people calling in saying, oh, you're speeding on the highway.
No, nobody does that.
Yeah, like this guy over here.
No. What? The guy over there?
Yeah.
I don't know. What was that guy's name?
Yeah.
Shay? Yeah.
But that's okay. It's a good problem to have. Being noticed too much.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's a good problem.
Yeah. Yeah, your slowest driver was the one that got in a wreck in the middle of the intersection.
Who's that?
Jacob.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the slowest driver we had, and he was the one that wrecked in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah, well, freaking, he was something else.
At an intersection where he wrecked going straight, that you can't go straight through the intersection.
Yeah. Dallas has some confusing streets, I think.
No, this was Frisco.
Oh. I thought it was in Dallas.
Anyway, he doesn't like to talk about that.
Yeah. Jacob's no longer with us.
Don't make it sound like he died.
He's not dead. He just doesn't work here. That's funny.
I think he's still around. But
Yeah, he's still around somewhere.
sadly.
That's funny.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. Check out Kick Charge. I'm telling you,
It's worth it.
if you want to exceed past the competition, that's a good first step. Well, we're putting all the little pieces together. If you can impress your customers on the phone, I don't know if we've talked about that already, but we will. Impress them on the phone. Then when you show up in one of those fully wrapped, well-branded vans, especially if your website looks like that, and the customers checked out your website, they love how your CSRs were on the phone. Now you're showing up in a great-looking van. I mean, you've already won on 3 different fronts.
Yeah. Now they're not going to want to go anywhere else.
No, they don't want to. Now it's your job just to make them happy. They're at the call. Versus, I mean, some of these guys, the way they're answering phone calls, not good, but they're still somehow booking the call. You show up in an unwrapped vehicle, you just screaming, I'm cheap. You can negotiate price with me. Do whatever you want. No, doesn't scream, this is a big operation. This is how it is. And that's why we want to set the tone. And that's what those wraps will do. So, yeah. If y'all have any questions, go to our website, irrigationinsightspodcast.com. Submit questions there. Go to our YouTube, ask questions. We'd be happy to answer them. We'll answer them on the next episode. Be sure to like and subscribe. That's how we keep this thing going. We don't make any money off this besides our $10 million Hunter advertisement that we got. Other than that, we make no money. We're fronting all the costs for this. So just like and subscribe, and we will answer all your questions. We're here for you. We're not getting anything out of this. We're just trying to help the industry. So we want
Got to get everybody caught up.
Yeah, we want to see some more people start winning There's not enough people winning. But the plumbing, the HVAC, the electrical, there's plenty of winners in those industries. Roofing, garage doors, plenty of winners. But in the irrigation industry, the lawn care, the landscaping, there's not a lot of winners. Just a lot of small guys running around.
Yeah, running around trying to keep up.
Yeah.
And they're having to offer so many services because they never do just sit down and try to figure out how to make their service work through the winter. They all only think about, how do I start the next service when the season ends?
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many people that get left behind that have issues, and there's people calling. They're like, well, we get calls all the time in the wintertime, and the customer's like, hey, I've got a company that I use that I already like, but they've shut down for the winter. They're doing Christmas lights. They won't come out here for 3 weeks. Can you get out here? Boom, we just took that customer from them.
Yep.
Easy.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen people trying to figure out how to make money off of renting out their equipment, when they're not using it. I mean, I think that's that's fine if you want to do that, but I think it's thinking too small. Instead of trying to figure out how do I make an extra $5,000 a year renting out my equipment, think about how can I make an extra $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year by hiring more people. Yeah, I would think that way. Think bigger.
All right, that's today's episode. Think bigger.
Yeah, think bigger. Be branded, not blanded.
All right. We'll catch everybody in the next one then.
See you next time.